Good evening. This is Alan Gray with the North Dallas Gazette Live. Today, I'm speaking one-on-one with Irving City Council candidate for District 3, Mr. Abdul Khabeer. Mr. Khabeer, how are you, sir?
I'm pretty well. Thank you very much, Alan, for inviting and giving me this opportunity to speak. I would like to introduce myself as my name is Abdul Khabeer. I'm running for City Council Place 3. I born and raised in India and got graduated in India. Came back to United States 29 years ago. Worked for corporate America for 13 years. And for last 15, 16 years, I have been working as a businessman and a business consultant. I reside in Irving for 16 years. Been participated in different HOA in our community, and have been a board member for nonprofit organizations who has been actively working in Irving and in Texas. Represented in as a board of director in zoning and adjustment board in city of Irving. And I thought myself would be a best suitable candidate based on my experience and education to represent the city of Irving from District 3 into City Council. So I request the audience to vote for Abdul in this runoff election.
Thank you, sir. Now, you're vying for a seat in District 3, which is located in the southern sector of Irving. Do you think the location of District 3 has caused it to be neglected by the city?
No, I don't think so. It's been neglected. I wouldn't put it that way. Rather, I put it this way, that this district has an opportunity of further growth and a potential to invite small businesses, and we need to give them the opportunity. And we just have to work with business community, and we have to work with the local residents to work on developing some infrastructure, developing some streets and roads and parks, so that there could be more done in this district and this part of South Irving.
Okay. You're running against a man who got slightly more votes than you did in the general election, Mr. Mark Zeski, who is an educator and a journalist. What makes you the better candidate, Mr. Khabeer?
I have wider and much broader experience than Mark Zeski. I have been worked in corporate America. I have worked as a business consultant. I have worked as a community organizer and engaged in different community events, represented the city in the board and some of the nonprofit boards. So based on my experience, I would be much more suitable candidate. I could see that way. And I could bring all of my experience to bring it to the city council so that they could be able to run in a much better way. We have to balance the budget. We have to spend money in infrastructure. We have to invest money in the future development so that we could accommodate the growing number of people who has been relocating themselves in the city of Irving.
Okay. The current incumbent for District 3 is Dennis Webb. And Mr. Webb chose you as his successor. What were some of the qualities that you possessed that caused him to select you to succeed him?
First of all, I would like to thank Dennis Webb for his public endorsement for my candidacy. And I and Dennis know each other for a while. We worked together in different events. And I admire Dennis Webb that he is a very capable leader representing our district into the city council. And he looked after for everyone in the district. That is how I see myself, try to fill in his shoes, to be representative of our district and representation of our city in the city council, taking care of all the citizens of the district and the city. Number one is the safety and security of our people in our district, and to work on the development of infrastructure, taking care of small businesses, and bringing jobs to our community. These are some of the priorities which I am very much interested and passionate about, and that is the reason why Dennis has endorsed me publicly for my candidacy.
Right. And Irving is a diverse city. I think it's one of the most diverse cities in the country. Would you agree?
Yes, I do. And we are proudly say that Irving is the most diversified city. And one of our zip code 75038 is one of the most diversified zip code in the nation. And that is how our city has to be represented. I look forward to see the minority representations in his city government, in city council, in police department, in fire department, in all walks of life. That diversity has to be reflected, and that is what I'm going to work hard for, to take care of our district as well as to our city.
So you're not just primarily a champion for those citizens of District 3, you consider yourself a candidate for the entire city?
Obviously, I mean, I'm going to be elected representative of the District 3, but when I sit in the city council, I have to look after the interest of the whole city. And that is what I'm going to work for.
Okay. Mr. Khabeer, the COVID-19 pandemic has taken its toll on a lot of cities and a lot of businesses, including the city of Irving and the small businesses of Irving. A lot of them are suffering, struggling, and some unfortunately have failed. How can you use your background as a businessman to cause a resurgence of those small businesses?
Well, that is a very good question. That is the question which everybody has in mind these days. Because of the COVID situation, some of the businesses and some of the individuals are going through some economic downturn and financially struggling. Whoever asked me this question, I would just simply advise them to seek and look for different avenues out there which provide you some temporary help financially, as well as, the SBA is one of them who offers very low interest rate loans to the business owners. And the same thing could be said to some individuals or families who are going through some struggle financially. They could approach to the state for help or county for help. And those counties and those state funding could be used to help them in this temporary situation. We are not in this situation for long. It's going to be over. The vaccine is in the pipeline. As soon as the vaccine comes early next year, this situation is going to change, and this is a temporary situation which we have to go by and survive. So I would request the businesses as well as the individuals to seek for that funding. I remember the federal government has allocated about $7 billion to state of Texas to distribute this among the cities of Texas, so that they could be able to cover that downturn or help their communities to survive. What I heard is, and it is surprising, that the state has only used $2 billion out of that 7. So there is still $5 billion are sitting with the state. And the cities like Irving from all over Texas need to combine and initiate their efforts to approach the state to disburse that funding so that we could cover this temporarily economic downturn.
Sounds like a plan. With growth comes an increase in taxes, unfortunately. And I know you guys are looking to grow the tax base in the city of Irving. Is there a fear that with the growth of the tax base that some lower income families and citizens might be priced right out of Irving?
I don't think so. We have a large number of residents in Irving who happen to be, middle class or lower middle class. We need to find a way that we need to sustain the shortfall on the tax revenues. I don't think the solution to that shortfall would be increase of taxes, either on individual or property or on businesses. I think we have been very efficiently running our budget in the city of Irving, which I learned. The Modi has given city of Irving a A+ rating in conducting their and running the city in a very efficient way. So I wouldn't consider that there is a possibility or a increase of taxes. What I see is, since the city of Irving is growing very, very fast, and there are a lot of people relocating themselves into the city, so that relocation and these people coming in will eventually bring more tax dollars. And by that tax dollars, we could use it to invest that into affordable housing, in small business, sustaining the small businesses, so that everybody could be able to take an equal share from the city resources. So I would think that there is a way that we have to look for building the infrastructure and building the affordable housing in the city of Irving.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for your time. Is there any final word from Mr. Abdul Khabeer for his constituents?
First of all, I would like to thank North Dallas Gazette and Mr. Alan Gray. I really appreciate inviting me for this interview. I just wanted to say that I would like to request all my district residents to come out and vote for Abdul in this runoff election. The early voting is still going on. Tomorrow is Wednesday. It's 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And Thursday and Friday, it is 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And on the runoff day of election, which is 8th of December, it's 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I request everybody from my district to come out and vote for Abdul in this runoff election. I would really appreciate it.